If you've ever wanted to learn how to write over $5 million a year in annuity volume, Level Up Advisors Academy was built for you. In this academy, we talk about things like how to do massive annuity production, assets under management, big whole life and IUL cases. Look, 5 years ago, before I built this product, I didn't even know how to spell the word annuity, but a simple system that I learned allowed me to write over $5 million a year in annuity production and now over $10 million a year. I took what I know, the system that I've built, and I put it into Level Up Advisors Academy for you to be able to have access to it 24/7 on demand. If you've ever wanted to take your business to the next level, this academy was built for you. Click the link below to get access today. Look forward to working with you in the future. But Charlie, I want to talk about some of the stuff in your book because, one of the things that you taught me that I came to you for was I got to build a brand, right? Like I said, I'm a good salesman. Like I got my craft down pretty well, but I'm not going to be able to get to the next level doing the same things that I'm doing. And you and I had this really deep conversation around how to become a brand, how to be the thought leader in your area, like the expert in your area. And you pushed me so hard. It was uncomfortable for me to be like, you're like, you need a book. You need a book. Why haven't you written a book? And you kept going on, and I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, I never thought of it that way. So, you allowed me to think a lot differently about branding myself. And now you'll be excited to know I spoke with a publishing company this morning, and within the next month and a half, we're going to have our very first book in publication. So that's because of you. It took me a few years, but you stayed consistent, but you led by example. And I remember being at the conference, Charlie, and picking up this book that you had there. And like I said, it was funny because you were like, Ryan, listen, there's probably some typos in there. It's the first publication, and there's like a page missing. But my point is, it doesn't matter. I remember when I was flying to Vegas, reading this book when I was coming to see you, and I literally read it. I mean, it's about 141 pages. Probably a little more, 143 or whatever it is. Doesn't matter. I read this entire book in 4 hours when I was flying I couldn't put it down. And I'm going, the stuff in this is gold, man. Everything that you're talking about now is exactly what's in this book. And so, Charlie, tell us a little bit about the book. Tell us, the brand behind it, why you wrote it, the process of doing it, and really what it's meant for your business. Because, Charlie, this is so powerful, and I'm understanding it now. I'm putting out multiple books in the next coming years because I understand the value of this that you instilled in me. So tell us about that process, man, and what this book means to you.
Yeah, so I did not know that I had a process or I had a book in me, right? I just got up every day and did what I did and do what I did and did what I do. Right.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like I didn't know. And this young guy saw a YouTube video that I did, or a Facebook Live, where I was just talking about how I wanted to acquire John Taffer, the show Bar Rescue on TV.
Yeah.
Wanted to acquire John Taffer as a client. And, I cold called him. I got in touch with his VP, his marketing guy. Then I'd call back. That guy would be gone or on to greener pastures, and I'd have to start the process all over. And I got so frustrated one day, I found out that he had just moved his office to Vegas. I got the address. And again, right, every day, this is my my uniform. I got a sport coat, nice shirt. I wear jeans in most occasions, unless I'm going to a formal business meeting. But, I like to call it dressing to impress. Makes me feel good. And I want to, look my very best. So you're getting attention and you're respecting people that are, that are looking at you, right? No one likes to look at someone that's unsightly. So I get in my car, go to the office. There's a sign on the door. It says no solicitation. That didn't refer to me. I'm not soliciting anything, right? I'm there to empower John to create an online training platform where he can monetize his content worldwide. I'm not there to sell him something. I'm there to help him make more money.
Yeah.
So the girl buzzes me in. Now, if I was in a t-shirt and jeans and a ball cap, she's not buzzing me in.
Right.
So I go in, whatever her name was at the time, Mary, she said, "Can I help you?" And I said, "Yeah, it's John." "No, he's not. Do you have an appointment?" I said, "No, I don't, but I need to see him." Well, what's this in reference to? And again, who am I? What do I do? What problem do I help people solve? I said, well, I want to discuss with John a potential joint venture, right, to create an online training platform that he could monetize worldwide 24/7. And I want to show him what I did for people like Buddy Velastro, Les Brown, whatever. She said, well, he's not here. I said, well, then who is? The VP comes out. I said, what's her name? She said, her name's Gina. I said, great, let me see Gina. Gina comes out. I stick up my hand. I said, Gina, my name's Charlie. Nice to meet you. She said, well, how can I help you? Well, I empower speakers, trainers, and reality shows stars like John to monetize their content online, worldwide. And I want to talk about making a bar rescue university.
Wow.
Right. She said, well, I don't know if John's going to do this. I said, give me 2 minutes. Let me show you what I've done for people like, right.
Yep.
Gave her a demo of the Lightspeed VT platform, which, as you know, is a company that I've been representing for almost 10 years now. She walks me back 2 days, 3 days later. I think it was on a Friday. I walked in. Monday, I had an appointment with, John, and we inked a deal. Wow. So how did I get there? I got there because I was able to immediately connect who I was, what I do, convey my marketing message, help people connect the dots. Right. And then I had a conversation that led to a call to action. And that's what I teach people, how to do. Yeah. Right. What do you need to do? You need to learn how to write and script out a power presentation. Right. What do you need to do? You need to learn how to shake a hand. And it's simple, but there's certain ways to do things to where you're helping people connect the dots. You're kind of creating this roadmap for people where you're building trust along the way, right? You're showing the truth, authenticity, proof. You're building trust. Now they're becoming confident, and confident builds to certainty. And then before you know it, you're doing business, because you go to a lot of conferences. You've seen a lot of conferences. Everybody wants to be the hardcore closer or the close master or the whatever you want to call it. First of all, nobody wants to be hard closed.
Right.
However, even if you had to step up as a sales professional to hard close somebody, chances are, as a sales professional, it's uncomfortable for you. Even if you believe in your product, right? Yeah. You really don't want to hard close somebody. Now, and again, you might be doing the right thing by hard closing them if it's the right product for them.
Sure.
Right. But most people, even that are in the sales profession, don't want to sell, don't like selling. So what I teach people is, how do you make sales easy? By learning the art of presentation, right? And creating a immediate relationship to where at the first point of contact, you're branding, positioning, and differentiating yourself in your space, where again, people will say, I'm open. I've got an open heart and mind. You seem like, a nice gentleman or a nice young lady. Let's sit down, let's have a conversation. And that's just how I live my life. And it can be done both online and offline.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't matter. You're still utilizing the right words. That's the key. And that's what I would teach people how to utilize those right words that trigger the right pictures that get people to take, a call to action.
Perfect. And I mean, I'm like a walking billboard for you, man, because I've experienced it, I've lived it, I've used it, your teachings, and I go back to, there's not many people in my life that I could say has really made a big impact as far as like the way that you have. I mean, I've got all of our recordings of our training sessions on my computer that I listen to regularly, and I'm going, wait, all right, hold on. Charlie said to do this, when building out, and I think about that when I put my presentations together now, going, yeah, instead of hard closing, how do we build in the message, right, without having to be that this is what you do? And that was so impactful, Charlie, that you brought to me and allowed me to really, learn and figure out. And then in your book, I'm going, the back of your book, first and foremost, I want to read this so people understand who you are, because actually it'd take me a while to read it, but he's tried true, simple strategies have allowed him to acquire clients like Les Brown, Tony Robbins, John Taffer, Eric Thomas, and numerous others. I mean, dude, I'm sold. Like, I'm sorry, if you're at this level, right? That to me is so powerful. And whether I know Charlie Cina or not, if I read the back of this book and saw that, I would want to look further into you. And I think that that is such an important message that everybody should be understanding is, Charlie has built a brand around that. And this book is such a big part of his brand that I would recommend everybody getting the book first and foremost. I know we had you on during COVID, during when I was doing my coaching sessions with some of our students, and I bought them every single one of them. I bought a book, one of your books, and we shipped them out, and I remember Charlie getting everybody's going, wow. This book made such a big impact. Everybody thanked me for sending it to him, but it's like, really, the honor is mine because I'm just giving back what Charlie has given to me for so long.
I went one step further. I've helped speakers and trainers create their online training platforms. I now have the Expose and Close Academy, which is an online.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah,
obviously that's in the book.
It's an online course. I basically, took what's in my book and then some.
Yeah.
Went into the studio and created my own online training platform. I've also included some scripts that are in what's called the file vault. Yep. I've created my Dress to Impress course. That's in there in more detail, where I literally teach people, whether, you're on a budget or not on a budget. A lot of people don't even know where to start as far as a wardrobe. So I teach people how to dress for a formal event, a business event, a casual event. Like, you need to dress to your audience. And that is a big impact on the brand that's called you, right? You are the brand called you, right? It's not the Agent's Edge. That's the name of your show, right? The brand is Brian Polimeni. That's key. So it's a great platform. It enhances the basics. Right, what I call the basics. So whether you're an entrepreneur, sales professional, business owner, I'm all about relationships. I'm all about client acquisition. I'm all about relationship acquisition. We're only doing this right now. We now have a 3+ year relationship, right? But something I said or did piqued your interest. Well, whoever's out there listening, whatever you're saying, whatever you're doing, right? How you look, how you feel, the energy that you deliver when you're shaking somebody's hand or what you're saying online, all of that makes a difference. And what you say and how you say it is key. And that's really what I teach people how to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's exposeandclose.com. And then I've developed a product. I've always had a passion for what are called digital cards.
Yep.
Right. But they never really moved me. There was always something missing. So recently I launched a product called One Tap Connect, which really has been designed for everything that we've just discussed for the past 30 or 35 minutes, right? The art of the introduction. So when somebody says to me, do you have a card? I say to them, absolutely. Do you have a phone? And then I take out this card, I tap their phone, that pops up, I click it, and then there's my entire life story. And now I have the opportunity to make a micro presentation to you.
Wow.
Can I give you just a little example?
Yeah.
So I tap it, right? You go, wow, that's really cool. Well, I would say, Ryan, that's my Charlie Cina microsite. It's been designed to help me brand position, differentiate myself with full transparency, authenticity, and proof of how I serve my clients. Everything's right there. My LinkedIn, my Facebook, everything you need to know about me. Ryan, if you scroll down, little bio about me, video on how I can help you, testimonials from people like you that I've served, pictures of stages I've spoken on, and at the bottom, clients that I've acquired or speakers and trainers that I've collaborated with, like Les Brown, Tony Robbins, et cetera, et cetera. And then literally, I ask these people if I have permission to add my contacts to their phone. And because I've made the presentation correctly, 99.9% of the people that I approach tell me yes.
Wow.
And then literally there's a button here that says connect. They'll send me a text. They'll give me their information. And now I've engaged in a conversation that can potentially convert. So I'm very excited about that tool. It was something that I initially, wanted to make for myself, and it just turned into a product now that I'm helping salespeople and entrepreneurs with, and ultimately the goal is that they're acquiring more clients.
Yeah.
And in addition to, it's also a way for people to get out of their comfort zone.
Sure.
Right. Because most people in sales, say, do you have a card? They'll go in their pocket. Right. And I still carry, paper cards. Right.
Yep.
It's got the blue line in the middle. It's really thick. But the reality is most people, especially people that are new to business, will hand somebody their card and say, call me.
Right.
And that's the salesperson's way of thinking that they did their job.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you have to be able to make a micro presentation, right?
Yeah.
You have to tell people who you are, what you do, and that tool literally gives you a visual where you're, front and center with somebody. Your information's now on their phone, which is the most, short of your wife and child, right? Like, and cash money, like you'd rather lose cash money than lose your phone.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
So you're in their phone and you start that relationship. So that's something I'm real excited about, not just because, it's something that I've created and I'm proud of my product, but I'm watching it. I'm getting people's feedback, and they're calling me back and they're saying, hey man, I did X, Y, and Z and it worked, or I just got a new client. And
nice.
It's an exciting process to get feedback and know that you're helping people.
Sure. Where can people get that if they're interested?
Yeah. So onetapconnect.com, spelled out, one, O-N-E, tap, T-A-P, connect.com. You can go to the website, or if they have your information, they can contact you directly, and anybody that contacts you, you can forward them my one tap digitally, and I'd be giving them $200 off. So if they reach out to you, I'll give them a special concession, and it would be $299 instead of $499.
Perfect. Well, what we'll do is we'll make sure the link is, so look below. The link will be below for Charlie's. Number one is Expose and Close Academy, the One Tap Connect app. That'll be in there as well. And really any way to get a hold of Charlie, because I'm hoping that, we've been talking now for about 40 minutes, and I got to tell you, I'm hoping that anybody watching this can really see the power of what I saw, 2018, going, man, there's just, he's got the it factor, man, and it's electric, man. I want to be a part of it. I want to be around the heat. So Charlie, man, listen, I don't want to take more of your time. You have been incredible for giving us, 40 minutes of your time, and I know that's, that it's not cheap, man, and I appreciate you being a part of what we're doing here and giving back to our audience a little bit. So, Charlie, thank you so much for being on today and really just pouring into our viewers today. So thank you very much for that.
My pleasure, brother. Thanks for having me, and continued success to you.
Thank you so much. And everybody, thank you so much for watching this episode of The Agent's Edge. If you like this, please make sure you comment below, subscribe, and hit the like button. We look forward to seeing you on the next show.